Hello and good morning. Good morning. Never done this in the morning before, so forgive me if I sound a little different or if I'm not as high energy as usual, but I don't do this in the morning. This is normally an afternoon activity for me. So, forgive me if I'm a little bit low energy. I have my coffee. I'm hydrating with water, but I went to the Dodger game yesterday, and when you go to a Dodger game on Sunday, most of the time, it's at 1:10 p.m. Look, luckily the weather was fine. It was all good. Got to watch the Dodgers sweep the Padres. Um, you know, which is good. Take a 2-game lead in the division, which is good. But what happens when you go to a Dodger game and you have a couple of beers and you take a couple of dabs before you go to the Dodger game is that as soon as you get home, you collapse onto your bed like a guy that just got back from a war. So I was supposed to record this last night. Obviously, that did not happen. So we're here. It's 7:30. This is the earliest I've ever recorded an episode of this podcast. So we're here. It's 7:30 in the morning. I woke up early to do this shit, and you'll be seeing this later today if you watch it when it comes out. But yeah, man. So it's morning time. I don't know. What do people talk about in the morning? The weather, the traffic. Do you guys want me to give you a traffic rundown? Oh, it's looking heavy on the 101 today. Make sure if you're going towards downtown, you leave a couple of minutes early. You make it so you can make it to work on time. So you can make it to the job that you hate so much on time. Make it to the job that you hate absolutely with all of your soul and being and heart on time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going down to the 5 freeway through Santa Ana. A little bit of backups down there. We don't know exactly what's causing it this just yet. It looks like it just started, but I will be back with developments as soon as they come in. And this morning on the 118, not typically seeing a lot of traffic up on the 118, but the 118 is looking a little crowded this morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you're headed towards Porter Ranch, you make sure you leave about 10, 15 minutes early. There's a little bit of a backup. We have a SIG Alert. What's a SIG Alert? Never knew what the fuck a SIG Alert was. I just hear them say it, and I go, okay. I guess that means there's people on the freeway. What's a SIG Alert? Huh? But hey, look, I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. I hope you're doing well. I hope you gooned a lot. I hope you got some time for yourself this weekend. I hope you had some time for yourself this weekend. And you know what I mean by that. Okay. I love not having to hold the mic. As much as this isn't like my set, obviously, we're not in the normal area where I shoot. I love that I don't have to hold the mic and I can just stare into the camera and not have to worry about what I'm doing with my hands. I can just kind of like sit here awkwardly and just talk directly into the microphone. I like it. I like it a lot. We're back. I think I shot one episode here back in the day. It was one of the first episodes I shot here back in the day, but shortly thereafter, I kind of decided it would be best to shoot it in the living room because most of the time when I'm out here, Kirsten's out here too because she works out here. She works from home. So to eliminate the noise, I started shooting in the room, but she's asleep right now. And that's why I'm not at the normal desk. Okay. But I went to the Dodger game yesterday, dude. And, the Dodger game was obviously fun. It's always very fun. I didn't even have that many beers. I don't know if I was like hungover this morning as a result of the beers that I had while I was there. I had 2 beers I also took a shot before I left, but I don't know if it's that I had 2 tall cans and a couple of shots before I left, or if it's that I took like 3 dabs in the car when we arrived to the Dodger game and then had to walk far as fuck. Because there's 2 different types of people when it comes to the Dodger game, right? There's the we're just gonna pull up to the stadium, pull up to the Vince Scully gate and park, right? And then there's the people that are like, I fucking refuse to pay for parking, which I get it. Dodgers Stadium parking is ridiculous. It's $50 fucking to park there. And the thing about it is that you're going to be walking regardless, right? So I understand the reasoning behind the decision to not buy parking, right? I wasn't driving, so it wasn't my decision to make. But we parked far. We parked at fucking Elysian Park and walked like 20 minutes, which I haven't done that ever. Normally, if I do park outside, I park at, there's this other little park. I don't know what it's called exactly. There's this other park that is, I kind of want to look it up, but there's another park that's right around there. I don't know what it's called. There's another park right there that's right by an exit gate that I know a lot of people do park at that is actually pretty close and does give the parking lot a run for its money, right? But me personally, when I go to the Dodger game, I pay for parking. That's just what I do. Because if I want to win, if I want the team to win another World Series, and I think here's my thing too, is that for a large majority of my time being a Dodger fan, we weren't winning shit. And I know that this is a crazy justification for $50 parking, but I just want to say that, yes, sure, parking did used to be $20. Did we ever make it past the NLCS in the past before, this current generation of Dodgers came onto the team? No. Back when parking was $20, we were not making it to the fucking Jesus to the NLCS. And if we did make it to the NLCS, we would never win. Like back in the day, we would always lose to like the Phillies or the Cardinals. Kicked us out of the playoffs a couple of times, and those were heartbreaking. I hated the Phillies. I had no reason to hate the Phillies, but Jimmy Rollins, I fucking hated him with all of my heart. I did not like Shane Victorino. Chase Utley got on my nerves. I hated his long hair because they would kick us out of the playoffs every year, right? So I've been there when the Dodgers were bad. I was there when our pitching staff was literally Clayton Kershaw, Brad Lowe, Chad Billingsley, whoever the fuck else. I was there when Rafael Furcal was our shortstop. I liked Rafael Furcal. I was there when Andre Ethier and Matt Kemp were like these new young hot guys that everybody thought was going to be like the face of the franchise, and they were for a little while, but we just never could get past that point. So I've been a Dodger fan when, we had Hanley Ramirez and we had Manny Ramirez and we had D Gordon. I was a fan during that time. So I remember losing. I remember the expectation was not to win and the expectation was to lose. That was a very big chunk of my life as a Dodgers fan. So now we find ourselves at this point where the Dodgers are a team that every single year, not only us as their fans, but the entire MLB as a whole and their fans are expecting us to make a run into the playoffs. My point is that comes with a cost, and that cost is $50 parking. Hey, look, if you want Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Blake Snell, Clayton Kershaw, Tyler Glasnow, Teoscar Hernandez, all of these guys on the same team, it's going to cost us money. Not just money on salary cap, but it's going to cost you money when you go to the ballpark. So for me, as somebody who was a fan when we were losing every single year, I'm talking before the cheating scandal with the Astros, before that time, I'm talking back late 2000s, right? Early 2010s. We were getting to the playoffs. We would win the division. We would get in the wild card, or we would get stopped by the Giants or something like that. It was always us and the Giants, us and the Giants. I was a fan then. So as much as I do like to remember, I look back on those days where parking was $20 very fondly. I also understand that in order for us to have all of these great players and basically have a shot to make it into the playoffs and far into the playoffs every year, it's going to cost some money. So me personally, I just park inside. But my buddy, he's the one that drove, and he was like, fuck it, we'll just park outside. And I was like, all right, cool. But here's the thing. I had already taken a couple dabs at that point, and I wasn't aware of how far we were from the stadium itself. Luckily, it wasn't hotter. I think it was 80 degrees exactly yesterday. So it wasn't too bad. The walk was fine. It was a totally normal walk. I wasn't like dying or anything. But I was expecting for the walk back to be a little bit easier. And that was the tough walk. Because at that point, I already had my hot dog. I had a hot dog in me. I had an ice cream helmet in me. I had some garlic fries in me. Let me walk you through my order when I went yesterday at the Dodger game. Because I knew we were going to win. Because I'm that guy. When I show up to the Dodger game, I know we're going to win. When I got there, I get inside the park. First thing I do, I need a beer immediately because I've already walked. I just walked Okay, let me check my steps yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I walked 10,000 steps yesterday just because I went to the Dodger game. But I'm the kind of guy when I go to the Dodger game, bro, the first thing I do when I get inside there is I need a beer. And look, like I said earlier, I know it's expensive. There's no reason a tall can should cost you $18.50, but that's just the reality that we live in as Dodger fans. I get me a beer. Cool. And then that's right when I walk in. So we didn't really walk in by where we were sitting, so we had to walk a little bit more. All good. Let me hop in line. Let me get my beer real quick. I need to cool off. I just walked 5,000 fucking feet, actually. I looked on my phone after from where the car was. It was about 5,000. It was a mile. It's hot. I'm wearing a jersey material. It's hot. And I need a beer. So I go. I get my beer. Whatever. Start walking to our seats. Cool. The plan is always, let me tell you this. The plan is always to go to your seat. What's the situation at the seats? Because you got to go to your seat early. Because if there's someone that's just sitting in your seat, you gotta get them the fuck out of there quickly, right? Luckily, we pulled up to the seats. There was nobody in the seats. But hey, look, now I know where we're sitting, which is good. I need to know where we're sitting because when I go off and I wander, and I go to the team store, or I go to the food place that sells all the Korean stuff, or I go to the barbecue place, I need to know how to get back here. So I'm sitting there. The game started. Oh, also, wait, hold on. Before we even get to the game, I had just told you that I took like 2 or 3 dabs in the car before we went in, right? I took 2 or 3 dabs in the car before we went in, right? And the first thing that happens as we enter the fucking ballpark is apparently yesterday, August 17th was like the Dodgers' day to honor the LAPD. Dude, what the fuck was that about? We walk inside. Immediately as we walk inside, they pull like LAPD motorcycles onto the field, and they're driving on the dirt, right? They're circling the field on the warning track, and then eventually like along the third base, first base line, and then they go back out into center field and they leave. But that whole time that they're riding their motorcycles around the field, they are blaring fucking actual police sirens throughout the entire stadium. And I wasn't in view of the field yet. I couldn't see the field because I was waiting for my beer. But just think about this. I took 2 dabs, right? And then I walked a mile. And then I get in line to get a beer. And the first thing I hear is loud as shit. Loud as fucking shit. I was so scared. Bro. And then sure enough, not only is it sirens, not only is there cops on the field, there's a fucking police helicopter flying over. So there's this feeling of panic within the people that aren't looking directly at the field of, well, hey, what the fuck is going on right now? There's a helicopter flying directly over Dodger Stadium. Not like, oh, flying over looking at this, taking in the sights. No, we're talking a police helicopter like flying in circles as if it's like chasing somebody with sirens and police dudes on motorcycles and shit, right? It just fucking threw me off. I was like, yo, man, I'm high as shit. I'm here at Dodger Stadium. There's already a lot of people. I'm a little flustered because it's hot and I walked. I didn't wear the right shoes for this. You know when you go somewhere and you realize about 5 minutes into a walk that you didn't know that you were going to have to take that you wore the wrong footwear? That was me yesterday. But it was all good because you're at the Dodger game. It's a good time. You're just here to have fun. You're here to support the team, and hopefully we're gonna win, right? Which we did. And fuck Manny Machado. He's a little bitch. Fuck Manny Machado. I'll stand on that till the day I die. I also don't like Tatis, but I really don't like Manny Machado. I just don't like that guy. And it was so sweet to watch him strike out with 2 outs in the top of the 9th, down 1. When you could win, Manny. If you were that guy, Manny Machado, listen to me right now. Manny, hey, look. If you were that guy, if you were really the guy that you think you are, right? for all the shit that you talk about the Dodgers, for all of the things that you like to bring up and you like to take little digs here or there, you've never made it to the World Series on the Padres. I don't even – oh, wait, actually, did they? I think they did. Sorry. Even if you did, you didn't win. You're just not that guy. You're not that guy, Manny. I'm talking to you right now. Watching you strike out in the top of the ninth when you could have tied the game for your team, just like, one of our best players did, brought us out of a tie in the inning previous. Mr. Mookie Betts, Mr. Badass Mookie Betts, comes up in the fucking, in what is that, the bottom of the eighth when you guys tied it 4-4 in the top of the eighth. He comes up, and what does Mookie Betts do? He hits a fucking solo home run and puts the Dodgers back up because he is that guy, Manny. He's that guy. Unlike you, you're not that guy. You're just not. And your fans know it too. That's the tough part, isn't it? Your fans know you're not that guy, but they have to stand behind you because for some reason, the Padres decided to sign you to a very long contract with really no track record. You didn't win anything on the Orioles. You made it to the playoffs with us. That was half a year that you were here, and then you left. You're not that guy. You're a great third baseman. You're going to be a Hall of Famer, but you're not that guy, Manny. We were leaving the game because the Dodgers won. I don't know if you guys know. Hey, Padres fans, the Dodgers won. We were down one game in the division on Friday, and we swept your fucking ass back down to San Diego. Okay? And the Dodgers win yesterday, and I'm walking out of the ballpark, right? Walking down Vin Scully Avenue to get back to the car, and there's a Padres fan waiting in front of me and a couple of friends at the crosswalk. And my buddy Mike, he goes, I forgot how he said it, but I think he said, Machado Spanish for something. And then I chimed in. I forgot what he said. He had a really good joke at the beginning too, but I'm a little hungover, so I don't remember. But he said Machado Spanish for something. The guy kind of like just stands there. And I go, actually, that's funny. I thought Machado was Spanish for the guy that struck out in the top of the ninth with 2 outs when he could have tied the game for his team that everybody says is as good as our team. And this dude turns around. He was really mad. He was really mad. He turns around and he goes, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." I said, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Oh, do you play for the fucking team? Are you a part of the fucking Dodgers?" And I go, "No, sir, I am not. But at least I am a fan of a winning team. And you, my friend, you are not. And not only are you not a fan of a winning team, you're a fan of a losing team. And you're a fan of a losing team, and you bought their worst jersey. You bought their ugly brown jerseys with pink and green and ugly yellow. I think they're called Miami Knights jerseys. You bought those ugly, hideous. You bought the ugliest Padres jersey you could have bought. And let's be honest, there's a lot of options there. Your uniforms are trash. I liked when the Padres would wear the back in the day when they would wear the camo. That was sick. Or just the navy blue and white. That was sick. Your Dookie uniforms? Not a fan. Not a fan of the Dookie uniforms. Also not a fan of the shitty Miami Knights ones that this gentleman just so happened to be wearing. And for a moment there, I was like, oh, this guy's like, I'm about to get in a fight right now. And normally I'm not like a get in a fight type of fan, but I wasn't going to be the one to start the fight. If this guy wants to fight me because I said that Machado is Spanish for the guy that struck out in the top of the ninth with 2 outs when he could have tied the game for his team, well, hey, that's just what has to happen. That's just what has to happen. I'm taking in the information that I'm given, and I'm giving it back out with my own little fresh take on it. And this guy just so happened to not like it. But Manny Machado is not that guy, and I'm glad that the last out of yesterday's game was a strikeout swinging of Manny Machado. Beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful game. Look, I like going to Dodger games. Evening games are fun, right? But there's something about waking up a little early on a Sunday, doing some stuff around the house, right? put the dishwasher stuff away, pick up the dog's poop outside, do some chores so that Kirsten doesn't get mad at me for going to a Dodger game without her, and going down to the stadium with your boys, taking a couple dabs along the way, parking, chilling out for a little bit. You're there about an hour early. You're there at 12. The game starts at 1. You have a good amount of time to walk in. You got a good amount of time to go get a beer, go get a dog, go get some pulled pork sliders that are pretty good. Go get an ice cream hump, whatever you like, man. I'm more of me personally, I'm a garlic fries and hot dog guy. Off the rip. That's my right when I get there. Hey, can I get the fry helmet and the all beef Dodger dog? I want that thick boy. I want that girthy one. Yo, give me that girthy dog. That's what I want. But yes, the Dodgers won. It was great. We're back up 2 in the division. And we'll see how the rest of the year goes. There's still a good amount of time. Things can fall apart. Things can improve. The Padres can fall apart. A lot can happen. It's baseball. That's the beauty of baseball being a long season. I know a couple of years ago when they changed the rules and they implemented like the pitch clock and all that stuff, a lot of people were like, what are they trying to do to the game and this and that? My take on it is I like it. I think baseball needs to be more fun. In order, as somebody that loves baseball, you'll never have to convince me to love baseball, but I understand from a young person's perspective, if you're having to choose between, I don't know, let's say let's say you live in Minnesota, right? You live in Minnesota. And if you're a young kid right now, you're 8 years old. In terms of excitement, are you going to watch the Minnesota Twins play? Or are you going to watch Anthony Edwards go dunk on somebody? I think you're going to find Anthony Edwards to be a little bit more entertaining. So I think baseball has this problem where, yes, we have stars. Yes, there's personalities. Yes, it's a fun game when you know what's going on, when you have the context of what's happening, especially late in the year when there's playoff races going on and stuff like that. But I think the rule changes for baseball they are going to prove to be something that does help the sport in the long term. And I think all of like the unconventional little games that they play, like I know I saw one a couple weeks ago where the Reds played the Braves at a NASCAR track. That was cool. I know they did the Tokyo series earlier this year. I think the Dodgers played the Cubs in was that Tokyo? Was that Japan? I don't know where it was. It was somewhere far. I think it was Tokyo. But finding ways to get more people into baseball is good. Overall, good for baseball. That's how I feel. Good for baseball. And yeah, it was a good game, man. It was a fun game, and I love watching the Padres lose, and I love watching the Dodgers. There's no better feeling in the world as somebody who's been a Dodger fan since as long as I can remember than that final out being called, and we have the lead, and it's the top of the ninth, and we get that final out, and you give it like 3 seconds, and all of a sudden you just go, dun, 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 dun. Everyone's high-fiving, you're cheersing your beer. Dun, 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 dun. No better feeling. Name me a better feeling you can get for that cheap in Los Angeles. Name one for me. Rolling down Burial Highway. That's me. And we were born to ride. Roll down the window. Roll down the top. You know? Dead ass. That was me yesterday, bro. I was hyped the fuck up. I was so fucking hyped. I love when the Dodgers win. This coffee's not helping at all, by the way. I'm just getting I'm getting louder. I'm not getting more energy. That's all the coffee's doing for me. It's not really helping any other way, but yeah, that was fun. Dodger game was fun. Had a good time. Shout out to my buddy Josh for the ticket. Shout out to Mr. Mike. Thanks for coming. Shouts out to Raymundo. Fun time. Fun fucking time at the Dodger game. So yeah, it was cool. The day before that, I haven't been in the movies. The last time I went to the movie theater was when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out, which I think at this point is 4 or 5 years ago. So Kirsten wanted to go see Freakier Friday. So we went to the AMC at Universal City Walk. I gotta say, what a nice movie theater that is. Hey, movie theaters, I was unfamiliar with your game, but you guys got recliners with seat warmers now? What? There's not a 6-year-old kicking the back of my chair anymore? That's why I didn't go to movie theaters, because I hated the ambiance of a movie theater. I hated being so close to somebody. You're fighting over cup holders. You're pushing their elbow. No. AMC's got it figured out, folks. Newsflash, I don't know if you guys know. I know this has been a thing for a while, but newsflash, I don't know if you guys know. AMC has it figured out. AMC said, oh, you don't want to be scrunched up against some sweaty kid you don't know? Cool. We're going to separate 2 recliners, and you can put your chicken tendies in the middle of you, right, and your girlfriend, and nobody's going to bother you. And also, another good thing, the aisles are so wide. I don't know if there's people are getting fatter or what, or if they just, they're just thinking about everything at this point, but the aisles are so wide that you don't need to pull your chair up for somebody to walk by. No, there's enough space. Movie theaters are amazing now. Also, AMC, very good chicken tenders over there. Very good chicken tenders. Also, an added bonus of the chicken tenders is that I said, hey, could I get some ranch? She goes, oh, it's around the corner. You can get the condiments yourself. Let me tell you one thing right now. You tell me that? Look, you tell me that? You tell me I can get my condiments myself? Oh, I will. Oh, I fucking will. Oh, I fucking will, dude. Staring in my fucking eyes right now. I fucking will, brother. So not only did I get ranch, oh no, I mixed the barbecue with the honey mustard. Yeah, I did. A little unconventional on the condiment selection. But hey, look, don't knock it till you try it. And I had to get the ketchup too, because I had waffle fries and I had chicken tenders. So you need options here, folks. AMC's got it all covered. Also, you can refill your icy. Why did nobody tell me about this shit? I haven't been to the movies in 5 years. Why did nobody tell me I can get an icy and then get more icy? You're telling me I can get an icy, finish that icy, and then go back and get a different icy? Insane to me. Absolutely insane to me. Freakier Friday was pretty good. I was sad, though, because on Friday, because we knew we were going to go to the movies on Saturday, I wanted to watch the original. I was sad, though, because I knew that we were going to watch on Saturday. So on Friday, I was like, hey, Kirsten, do you want to watch the original one, Freaky Friday? And she's like, yeah, I don't know what streaming service is on. So I was like, okay, let me try and log into like HBO. Wasn't on there. Let me check Hulu. Wasn't on there. And then she was like, oh, I think it's on Disney Plus. And I was like, okay, I think I might have my mom's password to Disney Plus. Let me see if I do. I didn't have it. So we weren't able to get caught up on obviously I've seen Freaky Friday before, but I haven't seen it in years. So I wanted to see the original. But Kirsten filled me in on all the jokes that I was missing context for, because I haven't seen the original in a long time. But Lindsay Lohan, I was like, wow, she still got it, man. Lindsay Lohan, she still got it. Because I don't know, what was that, early 2000s when Lindsay was going through her shit, she was doing drugs and she was crazy and whatever. It's like, yeah, of course. I think every child star, you're allowed to go, hey, look. Hey, you were famous when you were 7. Hey, you're allowed to go fucking do coke and smoke crack and shave your head, whatever. Go through that. Go, please. And you'll come out better on the other side. Now, was it good for her life? Probably not. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, Lindsay Lohan going through it when she was, in her late teens, early 20s was a good thing. But I think those people, you're under an immense amount of pressure. Like when Miley Cyrus went a little weird and she made that song with Mike Will, the song about Jordans. I was like, okay, she's just going through she's having her Lindsay Lohan. She's having her Britney Spears. Justin Bieber. He got a little crazy there too when he came into adulthood. But I think that we need to allow those people that go through this immense thing, like being a famous person around the world as a child. How do you expect them to not lash out in some sort of way? It's not something that is very easy to handle, I can imagine. Being a famous young person, specifically having to live up to the standards and under the guidelines of the Disney brand, I think is something that's probably incredibly toxic and makes you just want to lash out because everyone's constantly telling you what you can and can't do. So eventually you get to a point where you go, well, I have fuck you money now. So I am going to drive a Lamborghini, through Miami at 100 miles an hour. I am going to get a DUI. I am going to, I am going to yell at a paparazzi. I get that. I honestly excuse those people for that. Now, with, if you're like an athlete and you're like in your 30s doing that, I think it's kind of weird. Like the way that Antonio Brown's career kind of ended was, not so good. But like I said, I think Disney kids, I think people that are famous at a very young age for something like Hannah Montana, or famous for the Parent Trap, or Justin Bieber made Baby with Ludacris. When I was 13, I had my first love. Like, I think he kind of deserved to have a little bit of a crash out. And I hate using that word. I don't know what it is about like the current vernacular that we're all using. Oh, he's going to crash out for real though. Oh my God, he's going to crash out. He really about to crash out though. Oh my God, did you see that? It's fucking diabolical. Shut the fuck up. It's crazy. Oh my God, did you see that? Holy shit, he really raised her up. Oh my God. Oh my God, he raised her up. It's diabolical. He about to crash out for real though. Got his girl took. I hate the new vocabulary is bothering me to my core. To my core, it's bothering me. Oh my God, did you see the new Drewski skit? He's fucking diabolical. LOL. Holy shit. Holy shit, did J Beebs just crash out on the pop? Holy shit. What are we talking about? But yeah, dude. I'm bummed out, man. I gotta go to fucking work today, bro. You know what that feels like to have to go to work today? Such a good day yesterday. Now I have to go to. You're telling me I got to watch the Dodgers beat the Padres, sweep them, go from down 1 in the division to up 2, and now I have to go and act like work stimulates my brain in any sort of way? Oh, how sad. Oh, how sad. How sad is that? Oh. But yeah. Like I said earlier, I got home from the Dodger game and I woke up, or I straight up fell asleep on the living room floor at like 6:30, and then about an hour later I woke up and I went to the room because it was hot, and I laid down, and the next time I woke up it was 11:30 at night. So at that point I was like, well, I'm not going to record tonight. I'm not going to stay up till 4 a.m. recording and editing the podcast tonight. That would ruin my day tomorrow. So what was my best play in that scenario? I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up early, record, and get it out as soon as possible. So that's what I did. Now, my original plan was, okay, I think I have it in me to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and do all of this before I go to work. I tried that. It didn't work. I'm not a 5:30 in the morning guy. I can't be the 5:30 in the morning guy. It's too much. Why are you waking up that early? If you're waking up that early, I get it. If you have a job that you got to be up early for, cool. But people that on the weekend are like, I was up at 5:30 today. You need help. You need serious help, and you need to sort out why the fuck it is that you need to wake up that early on the weekend. There's nothing even going on. I tried today. It was impossible. It was an impossible task. And I got a good amount of sleep. Like I said, I fell asleep at like 6:30 yesterday in the evening. Slept like 6 hours. And then I went back to bed after I showered and brushed my teeth and did the whole thing, thinking, okay, maybe, if I wake up at 5, it's 12 now. That's like 11 hours of sleep. I think I'll be good. Didn't happen. I still slept till 7. I still slept till 6:45, took a shower, came out here, set everything up, and now here we are. And I had to make a coffee, you know that. You know that I had to make a coffee, and I'm sipping my coffee in a little straw that's a plastic heart that I got from La La Land Cafe because I'm cringe. You know? But yeah. This is a fun story. So this weekend, my car, ever since I bought it, it doesn't have window tint, but I live in the valley and it's hot as shit, so I need window tint, right? And I've been putting it off because I've been really trying to decide, like, okay, do I want to tint the car? Do I just like the way it looks without the tint? Do I want to murder out my black car? Do I want it to be limo? Definitely not going to get limo tint. I think it's too dark. It looks tacky. Cool. But I found this lady on Facebook who's starting a tinting business, right? So, look, me personally, I like to support small businesses no matter what you're doing. If you're trying to start a tinting company, if you're trying to sell fucking food, what are you doing? Are you selling socks? Are you dyeing t-shirts? Are you tie-dyeing? Do you crochet? What do you do? Let me support you, right? So I found this lady. I was curious, so I went on Facebook Marketplace and I typed in window tint. And I found one really close to my house, and this girl, I guess she was telling me that she's only worked on like her family's cars and a couple of her friends' cars, and she's tinted her cars. Like she has like 3 cars, so she's like, I tinted my cars. She's like, in total, I've tinted like probably about 12 cars. And I was like, all right, cool, like whatever. I'm down to try it out. You're offering warranty. You have a logo. You're putting thought into this shit. You have a website. Cool. You're putting thought into this. You're actually trying this. So let me be somebody that you don't know, that you don't have any other connection to in your family, and let me see what your work's about, right? So that was earlier last week, and we had scheduled for me to bring my car by on Saturday morning, and I dropped it off at 9 a.m. She was really close to my house. It was all good. I was like, all right, cool. Right before I left, because I've taken certain parts of my car apart before to replace things, fix things, whatever. And right before I left, I said, hey, do you want me to take the window seals off? Because I know these seals are a little tight. And she goes, no, I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be okay if you don't take them off. I'm not even going to remove the seals. And I go, okay. Hey, okay. Whatever you say, you're the expert here, right? Right? Cool. And I go home. I stop at McDonald's on the way. I get some McDonald's because I'm never up early enough to get McDonald's breakfast because I don't leave the house till most of the time noon at the earliest, unless I have something going on in the morning, right? Especially on the weekends. So I come home, and she had told me initially, she was like, yeah, like I'll probably just need the car for 4 hours. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Can't wait to have tint. Can't wait to pay you. Can't wait to do this. This is awesome. I'm going to be much cooler in the car now. Get some ceramic tint. Looking fresh. Can't see who I am. No more fishbowl. Because that's the one thing I hate about driving around in my car is like it's kind of a fishbowl right now. Like you could just see through all the windows and you can see it's me. So I get kind of, can't really can't do anything in there, And around 12:30, she messages me and she goes, hey, I was wondering if it would be too much to ask if I could hold on to your car for another hour. And I didn't have anything going on. And I was, once again, with the context of knowing that this girl just started tinting cars, right? I go, fuck it. Yeah, why not? You're not that far from my house. Whatever. I'll go get the car when it's done. Take your time. Take your time. It's fine. Take your time. She goes, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you being so flexible. Yeah, whatever. Cool. 1:30 comes around. So we're now like an hour after that initial message that she sent where she asked for another hour. And she goes, hey, Damn, I wish I wasn't recording with my phone so I could read the messages for you. I don't remember exactly how she said it, but she said, "Hey, I'm really sorry to do this. I've never done this before, but the window seals are proving to be really tough for me to lay the tint down on, and I've tried multiple times and this and that." And I was like, "Okay." She was like, "Would you mind if I just gave the car back to you without tint?" And I was like, I mean, yeah, I'd rather have you be honest and say that you can't do it as opposed to trying to do it and it comes out shitty and then I have to bring my car back to you. So yeah, go ahead. Let's just pull off the ones that you had done. She goes, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Like, I really apologize. Like I said, I'm still learning." And like from my perspective, I'm like, fuck it. Like, whatever, bro. Like, you were already charging me $50 less than, or sorry, $100 or about $75 less than what other places that I had gotten quoted for. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. Like, it's fine. I can go get tint another time. And then she goes, "Let me get a little bit more practice. I'm doing a BMW of this age in later this week. And I'm thinking that if I can pull your window seals off, it would be a lot easier." And then I I didn't give attitude, but I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, that's why I had asked in the morning if you wanted me to pull the window seals off, because I know that, like, you're obviously not comfortable, like, you don't want to break my car or whatever, but, like, I've pulled those window seals off many times before." And she was like, "Yeah, like, she's like, "Yeah, it's all good. I honestly thought I was going to be able to get it done without the seals or with the seals on there." And I was like, "Oh, okay. It's all good." And I asked her, I was like, "So, like, if I take the window seals off, let's say this week, and bring the car back to you, you think you could get it done?" And she's like, "Yeah, no problem." So now, kind of worked out for me in a good way, where now I'm going to pull the window seals off of my car on Thursday evening, and Friday before I go to work, I'm going to drop my car off at her place, and she's going to tint my car, but this time for 50% of the cost that she was going to tint me that she was going to charge me the first time, because she feels bad because she fucked up and she should have listened to me, and it's all good. And she should have listened to me, and it's all good. But I did ask right before I left. I said, "Are you sure you don't want me to pull these seals off? Because I know that they're really tight." "No, I think I got it." "Okay, girl, go ahead." But yeah, so I guess it worked out, because now I'm going to get my whole car tinted for half of the price that I was originally going to get it tinted for, which was already $100 cheaper than the other places that I had gotten quoted for. And I know it's ceramic film because I saw it. So that's exciting. So look, am I sad that I don't have window tint yet? A little bit. Am I happy that I now get to pay 50% of what I was going to pay? Yes. Yes, I am. I am very happy about that. What? How do people do this in the morning? How do you do a podcast in the morning? I can't get my brain into the right mode to do this right now. It's very interesting. I've never done this in the morning, so my voice is a little deeper, though. I will say I sound very voice actory. I sound like I would tell you to put your lips up against my chest and kiss my nipples softly and slowly. Make sure you get a lot of saliva on there because I want them wet. I don't know how people do this in the morning. This is interesting to me. I kind of like it, though. It's fun. There's nothing going on. Nobody's out here. I'm just vibing out. What do you guys think about this? Apparently, this is, I forget what the painting is. It's called it's a Basquiat print that I bought at the Broad Museum. It's called Eyes and Eggs, but what I like about it is this guy, Joe. I like Joe. Joe's the chef. And the reason why I bought it was because a lot of times this is what I feel like my face looks like. So I hang that in the kitchen to remind myself that even on days where I feel pretty and I feel pretty, Even on days where I don't feel ugly, that I still need to remind myself that I'm still a little ugly. Because you gotta know where you are, dude. You gotta know exactly where you are. But I feel like Joe most of the time. You know, look at his facial composition. I feel like Joe. You know? Oh man. In other news, after the tint debacle, I left her house and there's a BMW dealership right there. So I went to the parts department and I bought some stuff that I needed. Normally I don't go there unless I need to get something from there, right? Like for me personally, the radiator hoses on my car are the ones that I like to buy from there because they fit better than the aftermarket ones. And I had bought an aftermarket upper radiator hose last year that I installed. It's a Febi brand, Febi. And I took it off earlier this year when I did my cooling system refresh. And now I just feel like it's seeping a little bit. It's not leaking, but it's seeping because when I run my finger underneath it, there's dry coolant. And I check my coolant level religiously. I check my oil level constantly. But I just don't want anything on the car not working to 100%. So I was like, fuck it. I'll bite the bullet. I'll buy the fucking radiator hose at the dealership. And among some other things, I got some coolant so that I could fully flush the system and bleed the system again once I install that hose. And then I also got some door panel clips because I know that the tint girl is probably going to fuck up my door panel if she has to pull it off next week. Or sorry, at the end of this week. In other good news, though, I don't know. Last week was interesting, man. I came home one of the days, and Kirsten grabbed the mail while I was gone, and I was looking through the mail, and I saw a letter from my job, and I was like, "Well, this is it. I'm fired." They found out. They found the podcast. I'm done. They're gonna end my career early, right? No, that's not what happened. They sent me a letter, and I don't know if this is like a negotiation. If you work with me, just turn this off right now. But I don't know if this is like a negotiation tactic or whatnot, or if this is just like a way to eliminate the possibility for negotiation. But just sending someone a letter that's like, hey, we really appreciate everything you do. And as a way of us recognizing this, we want to offer you a raise of this amount. Look, I was pretty happy, right? But I think the one thing that I have always done in the past is I've always advocated for myself as an employee. I think it's something that you have to be able to do. You have to be able to advocate for yourself. What do you do here? And how much is that worth to us in order to get a higher rate of pay, which, unless you're dumb, everybody wants. I think generally speaking, everybody wants a higher rate of pay, right? But the problem is a lot of people don't know how to plead their case and how to prove their worth as an employee. I'm not saying that you need to do that, but I'm saying that if you're going to complain about how much money you make, you need to figure out how to advocate for yourself and get more money. In this case, I didn't have to advocate for myself at all. I just did my job as I normally do, and I got a raise. Great. And it was bigger than most raises I've gotten in my life. So I was incredibly pleased. It was a great week last week, folks. That's why I went to the movies this week. It's why I went to the Dodger game and felt a little bit comfortable spending some money and having a good time. I did almost go off the rails, though. I looked in the team store, and I swear if they had a Kike jersey, a number 8 Kike Hernandez jersey, I would have bought it. But they didn't have any. They just have the shirts, and I'm not a shirt guy. I'm not a shirt guy at all. I'm just not a shirt guy. But it was such good news, man, because I work. I work every fucking day. I don't call out. I'm a good employee. I'm a little late. We've talked about this before. I'll be a little late sometimes, but I do my fucking job, and I don't leave till the job's done, and then I go home and I complain about it. That's what I do. That's what I do. I go to work. I show up 6 to 7 minutes late within the grace period, so technically not late. I do my job to the best of my ability, and then I go home and I talk about how much I hate my job on my podcast. That's what I do, okay? But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's crazy just because I've worked a lot of jobs in the past where you just don't get recognized and you don't get raises, and where you basically have to beg to advocate for yourself to prove your point to get that extra money that you're trying to get. And it was a nice, refreshing feeling to just come home from work, right? And open a letter that tells me that I now make X amount more and go, fuck yeah, I didn't even have to ask for that. That's great. So I last week I was kind of riding a high, and I've been taking creatine and doing push-ups like a fucking guy in jail. I get home, I take creatine in the morning, and then I get home and I have so much like leftover energy from just like sitting at a desk all day that like I just do push-ups and crunches and shit 'cause I'm trying to get my belly to go away. But I still do put creamer in my coffee, so how bad do I really want my belly to go away? You know? Yeah. Football season's coming up. I was talking to a friend of mine. I used to work with this gentleman over at Dick's Sporting Goods. His name is Cedric. He's a good guy. Really fun guy. And he's been trying to make like football content. And I know football season's coming up. So I was talking to him on Instagram last week, and I was like, hey, bro, like I would love to have you on the show sometime soon. We could talk about football. I want to ask you some questions in regards to, you know, just football shit. What is Shador's first season going to be like? What's going on with the Cowboys? Because me as a Cowboys fan, I'm fucking done, bro. I'm tapped the fuck out. For real. I'm tapped the fuck out on being a Cowboys fan. Shit is terrible. Jerry needs to give up control of the team. He doesn't know what he's doing, and we need to face that. The Micah situation breaks my fucking heart. We need a defensive guy. I was telling my buddies yesterday at the game, we were talking about football, and I was kind of telling them, like, you know, as the Dallas Cowboys, yes, you need offensive guys, but you also need a guy up front who's reliable, who everyone loves, who every single fan loves and adores. Back when I was growing up, that guy was DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware was our guy, right? And they let him go. And he went to the Broncos, and what happened on the Broncos? He wins a Super Bowl, you know? And that's that's happened time and time and again. When players leave the Cowboys, they go to teams that actually are good at being a football team and making football team driven decisions, and they win. So it's not the players. Like it's the control that Jerry Jones has over this organization is like nothing we've ever seen before. And I think that it's really frustrating as a fan. Obviously I'm not from Dallas or anything like that, but I am a Cowboys fan. Unfortunately, I was raised in a family of Cowboys fans, right? But many times over the past couple of years, I've gone, damn, should I just go get a Rams jersey? Like, should I just go get a Rams jersey, man? I don't know if I want to keep rocking out with the Cowboys like this. It's just bad decision-making year after year, terrible injuries, bad coaching decisions, just keep the bad decisions just keep stacking up. They keep stacking up and stacking up. So at what point do I need to stop putting myself through this shit? At what point do I just go to SoFi Stadium and be a Rams fan? Because it's too fucking much at this point. See? I don't... Sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. I normally don't record in the morning, but my like sleep thing, like, you know, like when you set your bedtime and your wake up time on your iPhone and it just like sets an alarm off, it stopped recording the video. So that breaks my heart. But you know what? If I ever record in the morning again, at least I know now. You know, at least I know. Like I said, we're tying up the loose ends around here, so we're trying to get everything squared away. I'm doing a lot better on planning certain things and trying to introduce like some segments onto the show and stuff like that. So thank you guys. I guess we'll just sign off because it's coming up close on an hour, and I need to get going to work. It's about to be 8:30. But yeah. Thanks for tuning in this week. I know it was a little bit of a different episode. I was a little bit different on my energy and whatnot, but yeah, if you're watching or if you're listening, whatever you do to support the show, thank you so much. I've gotten some really nice messages over the past couple of weeks, just people kind of recognizing like the consistency that's kind of coming back through and all that stuff. So it feels pretty good, but at the same time, I'm not here to impress you motherfuckers. I'm just here to make a show and kind of call it what it is. So Yeah. I hope you guys have a great fucking week. I know that this is something that was bothering me last week, and I kind of just want to pass it along because I feel like it's valuable. It's, um, like I said earlier, I got a raise last week, right? And I don't know about you guys, but when good things happen in my life, it is a great time for my brain to try and point out the things that I'm not happy with, because I can't allow myself to be happy. And my little tidbit for you guys this week is, obviously it's easy not to be happy when things aren't going well. But when things are going well, it's important that we recognize those things, we celebrate those things, and we allow ourselves to. We accept that. We need to accept the good things into our lives. Because with bad stuff, you're forced to take that on. With good stuff, it's kind of up to you. And what I'm trying to get better at, and I know there's a couple of people that, might need to hear this, but when good things happen, you need to let those things happen too. You don't need to just let the bad happen, but you need to let the good happen too, or else you're going to be stuck feeling like nothing ever happens at all. Whether it's good or it's bad, let it happen. And I'm not saying, revel in it. I'm not saying to sit there and I'm the best, pat yourself on the back, but I'm saying when something good happens, you need to be able to accept that it's happened and understand that you're deserving of the good things that happen to you. And that's something I'm still trying to teach myself every single day. Every single time something good or bad happens, I need to remind myself that, hey, this is good, and you don't need to try and nitpick the things that aren't good in your life right now. This is a time to just take the good and be good with it. So whatever that means to you, I just want you to remember that this week. No matter what happens, if it's good or it's bad, yes, you're going to have to take it. But if it's good, you need to make sure that you are good, that you're getting better at accepting the good things that happen in your life. You got it? Because that's a battle that I have to fight every single time something happens good in my life. I have to be like, oh yeah, that did happen, that was good, but also I do still suck at this though. But also the last episode only got this amount of views on YouTube or this amount of downloads. And it's like, but hey, if you look at it over a 90-day trend, the episodes are upward trending and it's looking better, right? Trying to practice on not taking away good things, good accomplishments, overall, just trying to get better, period. Tying up the loose ends, right? So, yeah, thank you guys for listening. I am really appreciative every single week of all the people that I get little messages from, or even yesterday, like my friend Mike, he was like, yeah, dude, like, he told me, he's like, I listened to the episode of like you and your coworkers at your old job, and I was sitting there laughing, and it's like, fuck yeah, man. Like, thank you so much, because I used to get compliments. Like, people would compliment me on listening to the podcast, and they go, oh, that episode was good. And I would go, no, it wasn't. Fuck you. Like, and it's like, but that's not helping me. That's hurting me. So I'm trying to get better at accepting compliments. I'm trying to get better at understanding that people do listen to this now. You do listen to this now, right? So it's not just a little fucking idea in my head anymore that I need to protect with all of my being. People are listening. There's something to it. It's not the best. I didn't say it was the best, but there's something to it. And I'm trying to get better at appreciating it. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe out there. Yeah, go Dodgers. Fuck Manny Machado. Listen to the show on audio platforms. You could watch it on YouTube. Follow TikTok and Instagram at Play Loose Ends. Follow me on Instagram, Robert Raymond Hernandez. I'm trying to get a website cooking up so I can do some blog posts and some other fun stuff, maybe a Substack. So, a lot of shit going on around here. The gardeners are outside, so I need to get going. calls ice. No, I'm just kidding. I would never. You guys are fucking up my. Hey, I got these gardeners over here. They're fucking up my podcast. No, I would never. But yeah. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. And I will talk to you on the next episode. It was very fun. And yeah, stay safe out there. All right, guys. Later. Love you. Bye.